Wow, wow, wow. What is up, everyone? Haven't done this in a while. Wow, let me turn this down. Let me turn the mic down. Ooh, there we go. Wow, haven't done this in a while. Haven't really uploaded much on my podcast channel, but we are gonna pretty much just discuss a little bit about my favorite movie of 2024, Wicked, starring Ariana Grande as Glinda and starring Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. We're going to discuss a little bit about this film. This film, just give you some brief history about this film. This film is a musical. It's a Broadway production musical. I don't know when it was first originated, but it's a Broadway musical. This film came out last year and it destroyed the box office. So, as you could tell, this movie it was a huge success, and it's not over yet. See, the movie, spoiler alert, this movie was a just a part. Okay, the movie's broken up into the two different parts. This film right here that I have in my hand, this is only part one. Part two comes out later on this year. See, they had to break the film up into two separate movies because of how long the film is. When I was in about fifth grade, I saw the musical, and the musical was long. The musical was about 6 hours long, but what musicals do is they always have a break. They always have a break in between, like an intermission, where you can get up, use the restroom, go get food, whatever. So that is a huge plus. But let's talk a little bit about it. So this film was a huge success. This film is a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, and why the heck on it? This film, it's a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. We all know The Wizard of Oz, right? I know it like the back of my hand. The Wizard of Oz is pretty much a film about a young little girl who has like a dream, and she comes upon in her dream she is in this world, this mystical, magical world where there's a good witch called Glinda and there's a bad witch called Elphaba. Well, in the movie, she's not called Elphaba. In the movie, she's just called the Wicked Witch of the West. Um, and pretty much the young girl named Dorothy, she just goes through this whole journey of trying to get home because that's all she wants to do in the film. She wants to go home. She wants to see her family. And the entire time, she could have went home until Glinda, at the very end of the film, told her that you can go home. You can go home as long as you just tap your shoes together and say there's no place like home. That, my friend, tells us the main lesson of the film. See, when I watch a movie, I always try to figure out what is the main theme of the film? What is the life lesson that we're trying to get out of this film? And the life lesson out of Wizard of Oz is home. Home is where the heart is. Home is the best place to be. There is no place like home. See, the outside world is dangerous, but when you're at home with your family, it is safe. Outside, outside of your house, it's dangerous. See, you got to remember something. There are people out there, there are people out there that would like to have their way with you. There are people out there that would like to drink with you. There are people that like to put you in the back of your car and not take you home. Out there in the outside world is dangerous. But here at your home is safe. That is the life lesson that is taught from The Wizard of Oz. Now, Wicked. This film was a great film, big, huge success. I saw this film in the theaters at Safefield Movie Theater, and I loved it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the music. I think the music was great. I think Ariana Grande did an amazing job playing her role as Glinda, and I think Cynthia Erivo did an amazing job too, portraying her role as Elphaba. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, obviously Elphaba's the bad witch, and obviously Glinda's the good witch. Well, in reality, that's wrong. See, film, in reality, Elphaba is not the bad witch. The bad witch is actually Glinda. Glinda is actually the bad witch. See, Glinda, she's a spoiled, bratty, jealous girl. That's what I would describe her. Elphaba is more as a kind, caring, compassionate girl, I would say. In the film, when Elphaba and Glinda first meet, Glinda is a, how would you say, bully towards Elphaba. Not physically, more verbally. She's very sarcastic, Glinda. She's very sarcastic and very dramatic. um, and that's yeah, that's her character. Glinda starts out being a huge bully to her until the I guess it would be like the teacher or the principal of the school that they go to, Madame Morble. She wants to help Elphaba. She wants to help her. In the beginning, she wants to help her, but towards the end, she doesn't. Towards the end, she's like, "No, get out of here," and you'll find out why in a little bit. Um, Glinda, she gets jealous, so she has Elphaba be her roommate, but she's still being mean to her, being mean to Elphaba, until finally at the party, they finally become friends, and Glinda helps Elphaba become popular, and they have this song called "Popular," very good song actually, um, and Elphaba gets a letter in the mail from the wizard. Now, who is the wizard? The wizard is played by Jeff Goldblum. Yes, we all know who Jeff Goldblum is. Jeff Goldblum, he was in Jurassic Park. He played Dr. Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park. Matter of fact, Jeff Goldblum is an amazing actor. But yeah, he portrays the wizard. So, anyways, Elphaba gets a letter in the mail from the wizard, and the wizard pretty much invites her to the come to what's it called? The Emerald City. So, anyways, Elphaba gets on the train. Glinda, she then comes along with Elphaba. Glinda's kind of like Elphaba's plus one, and yeah, they go to the Emerald City. They meet the wizard. At first, the wizard seems like a nice guy, but the wizard. It turns out that the wizard is not a wizard at all. He's just a man. He can't do magic. It turns out he's a fake. It turns out that the wizard is a phony. He is a fake. And he wants to use Elphaba to do all of his magic. Okay, so Elphaba, she takes this book. It's called the Grimmery. The Grimmery. I don't know how you pronounce it. The Grimmery, I'll call it that. Takes the book, does her first spell, and she pretty much turns the monkeys or the guards that the wizard has into flying monkeys. And the wizard, and then it turns out that the wizard is the one behind all of the animal killing, all the abuse to the animals. See, throughout the film, we learn that in Oz, animals are teachers in the beginning. But towards the middle and the end of the film, the animals start to be treated as what they are, animals. Elphaba doesn't like that, so she tries to convince the wizard to help her out to stop all the animal abuse. But it turns out that the wizard is the one behind all of this. So Elphaba doesn't like that, so she doesn't team up with the wizard. And they frame her for what she did to the monkeys, and they just frame her. They cover it up. And pretty much towards the end of the film, we have one of the best songs Out of the entire film, it ends with Defying Gravity, which Cynthia Ruby did an amazing job singing that song. It was fantastic. And the film ends. The film ends there. This film was a total of about 3 hours. 3 hours. We still got more to go. We still got more information that we don't know of. What's going to happen to Glinda? That's the first tale. What's going to happen to her? Is Madame Morble finally going to teach Glinda witchcraft? Finally going to teach Glinda magic? Because Madame Morble didn't, in the beginning, Madame Morble did not want to teach Glinda because she thought Glinda was just a waste of time. But Elphaba was the one that convinced Madame Morble to teach Glinda magic. But there's many questions that we need to know, and we're gonna get these questions answered towards the end of the year. First off, what's gonna happen to Glinda? What's gonna happen to Fiyero? How is Dorothy gonna play a role in this? How do the Tin Man, the Lion, the Scarecrow, okay, how do they come into play? How were they created? So that's another question that we have to try to figure out. And how does the film end? What is the big climax? We already know that the Wicked Witch, Elphaba, we already know that she dies. But how? Because in The Wizard of Oz, Elphaba has water thrown on her and she melts. How is her ending? How is Wicked gonna end the film? Okay, but we're gonna wrap things up. We're gonna wrap it up. We're already at 12 minutes. I don't want to make this longer. We're gonna wrap this up, and we are going to pretty much just end on this note. I highly recommend you go watch Wicked. If today's a Saturday, if you're not doing nothing, go watch it. Go to your local Walmart even and go pick up the DVD. I got this movie on DVD at Walmart. This one is the Blu-ray and digital version. It comes with the theatrical version and the sing-along version. So I highly recommend you go buy the movie. Go buy it off a streaming channel, whatever. I believe you can get it off of Fandango at home. You can get off of Vudu. You can get off a bunch of streaming channels. I highly recommend you go watch it. It's a great film. Go support Ariana Grande. Go support Cynthia Erivo. It was a great film. I think it was amazing. The music was incredible. The music was outstanding. Anyways, go watch the movie. It'll brighten my day. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap things up. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy, fam. Peace out.